Welcome back to Retiring Today. Here's another look at our Ask the Advisor question. What kinds of taxes will be owed and when on inheritance money? I am sitting next to two people who know the answer to that question. Charlie Bottenberg, what's the answer?
So first off, I neglected to say that all of this is for informational purposes and none of this is attorney advice at the beginning of the show.
Good disclaimer.
Because you just got real specific. Obviously, it's not about individual situations. So there's three types of tax that people are going to run into. At least in our state, you've got inheritance tax, you have estate tax, and you have income tax. Iowa is what's called an inheritance tax state. What that means is when somebody passes away, tax is owed not based on how much you leave. I mean, obviously it's a percentage, so it is there, but more who you leave it to. So kids, grandkids, parents, grandparents, stepkids, step-parents are all tax-free. Ironically enough, I don't think step-grandkids are, which is weird, but I didn't write the law. Are all tax-free from an inheritance standpoint. Additionally, anything that is a qualified assets or retirement account, IRA, 401k, 403b, and life insurance with a direct beneficiary are also inheritance tax-free. Federally, we have what's called an estate tax. Currently, that threshold is $12,060,000. So if you die with less than $12,060,000, there is no estate tax owed. Or if you're a couple and your estate plan is set up correctly, you actually get to tack on theirs. Or there's a kind of a juxtaposition there, but it could be $24 million, $120,000.
Right. Doesn't impact most.
Doesn't impact some of my clients, but not most of my clients. And then finally, there's income tax. And generally speaking, something that you will pay income tax on when you pull the money out of gets you out of inheritance tax. But for instance, if I leave all of my assets to my kids, one, I don't have $24 million, so there's no estate tax owed. Two, they're all my kids, so there's no inheritance tax owed. However, as they pulled money out of my 401k or my IRA or my wife's 403b, they would owe income tax on that. So that's a super attorney answer to what was probably meant to be a super easy question, but it's just, it's a little more nuanced than that.
Yeah, so all of that is like, a lot of times we're talking about these other pieces of the retirement plan, it's just a lot of if-then. And that goes into the customization of your overall retirement plan, your legacy plan, which is why it's really important to have a team of professionals working on your behalf to accomplish all of these different components that are involved within the retirement plan. Because not everybody can do everything really well. You need a team of experts to make sure that the legacy piece is handled, to make sure the tax piece is handled. So a retirement planner is a good professional to have on your team, an estate planning attorney, a CPA, and then they can all work together on your behalf, because there's no way you're going to sit here and watch a 30-minute show and then know everything that you're going to be able to put in place for all of the components of the plan. But it's a good place to start. And then what you need to do is reach out, first of all, formulate your idea of what you want to take place. When you do pass, if you're married, talk to your spouse and make sure that you can come to some kind of a basic foundation of here's what you want to have happen, and then consult the professional to make sure that you can put all these pieces together.
Yeah, and Charlie and Lauren, you guys both know a lot about what you do because you're experts in it, but you make it simple for the people. You know, you take in their information and try to simplify it. Charlie, I want to get real quickly to kind of the end of things. So I set up these documents. I've got my trust, I've got my will, then someone dies, someone passes. What do you do then for clients?
Sure. So my job is to shepherd them through the process, right? Chances are they haven't been through this process before. Chances are they don't want to go through this process, but it's necessary. So it's my job to use my expertise and my knowledge, having done this dozens of times, hundreds of times, to help people make all the choices, do all the things that they need to do, answer all the questions, explain to them what to expect, explain the deadlines, because obviously these are all code things, there's deadlines, and then help manage that process with them, check in, make sure they're moving along, and if they're not, help get them back on track.
Yeah, and usually this is a very emotional time frame, and so you don't want to be thinking about all the things that you may not know or all the legalities of it, which is why it's nice to make this process as simple as possible. You do the heavy lifting, and then make sure everything gets done the way it needs to get done.
Yep.
Thank you for watching this clip of Retiring Today, and don't forget to subscribe. If you have questions about your retirement plan, take advantage of the complimentary 15-minute retirement checkup phone call.